Good morning, students. How are we doing today? I hope y'all staying safe and well and healthy at your place. Today we are going to be looking at math problems, particularly level E, number operations. So today we're going to be looking at reading and writing whole numbers. So at the very top, don't forget about your place values. Got your one, tens, hundreds, thousand, 10,000, hundreds, thousand. And now let's look at number one. What is 417 in expanded form? Well, how many digits do we have in this number? 3. So we'll be looking at these 3 right here. So the 4 is in the 100 spot, so it will become 400. Remember, when you write in expanded form, you have to have a plus sign. Okay, the 1 is in the 10, so it becomes 10. And the 7 is in the 1 spot, so it would just be 7. So 417 in expanded form is 400 plus 10 plus 7. Now, what is 281 in expanded form? I give y'all a few seconds. Okay, now 3 seconds are up. We have 281, 3 digits, so we'll be looking at the first 3 columns right here. So the 2 is in the 100 spot, so it becomes 200. And then the 8 is in the 10 spot, so it will become 80. And of course the 1 is in the 1 spot, so it will become just 1. So 281 in expanded form is 200 plus 80 plus 1. Now, what is 2,485 in expanded form? Well, now since we got 4 digits, so we look at the first 4 columns. So since the 2 here is in the 1,000 place value, so we'll add 3 zeros to that 2, so it becomes 2,000. Now the 4 is in the 100 spot. We add 2 zeros to the 4 and it becomes 400. And then the 8 is in the 10 spot, so we add a 0, so it becomes 80. And then finally the 5 is in the 1 spot, so it'll be just that number, 5. So expanded form is 2,000 plus 400 plus 80 plus 5. And if you line them up and add them, it should give you 2,485. Now, let's look at this one here. Gita orders 504 boxes of nails for a construction company. What is this number in standard form? Standard form, if you look at here down here at the note, is the number written out. So 504 would be written as 504. Okay? Since there's no tens, then you will automatically put a 0 in place. Okay? Now let's look at the next one. Jason has 257 orders to fulfill. What is this number in expanded form? Give you a few seconds. Now, you should come up with 257. Okay, you have 257. Okay, now this one, what is 500? What is 500 plus 6 in word form? Well, we know that is what? 500, and we know that is what? 6. So 506. Now, what is 400 plus 20 plus 4 in word form? I'll give you a few seconds. You should come up with 424. See, 424. And then finally, what is 300 plus 50 in word form? 350. And there we go, guys. That is how you can read and write whole numbers. Okay, now let's go on. Now we're going to learn about skip counting, about 5s, 10s, and hundreds. Now these are our cents up here. Remember, nickel is 5 cents, dime is 10, penny is 1 cent, and a quarter is 25 cents. Okay, now, find the value of 10 nickels. Well, if a nickel is 5 cents, and there's 10 of them, we would say 10 times 5, which gives me 50 cents. Now, let's count by tens. What is a missing number? Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, blank, 80, 90, 100. Well, if you know your numbers, you can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and what comes after 6? 7, add the 0, and you get 70. It's amazing how math is so much fun when you learn the techniques. Okay, now let's look at this one. Maria packed 5 boxes of cell phones. Each box contains 100 cell phones. How many cell phones did she pack? Well, we can skip count by 5 to 100, but that will take forever. Or we can do 5 100s. We can say 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, or you can do the multiplication way and say 100 times 5 gives you 500. It's totally up to you. It's whatever is easy for you. You can multiply, say 5 times 100, or you can say 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Now, let's look at the bottom. Let's look at the bottom of the slide. What number comes next? We have 5, 10, 15, 20, blank, 30, 35, 40. Now, if you notice, we're skip counting by 5s. Okay, 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. 15 plus 5 is 20. 20 plus 5 is what? 25. And there you go. Skip counting by 5s. Now, let's look at Jamal. Jamal has 7 dimes. How much money does he have? Well, we know that a dime is worth 10 cents, right? And he has 7 of them. So you just say 7 times 10 gives you 70 cents. Now, look at Paul. Paul has 6 $1 bills. There are 100 cents in a dollar. How many cents does he have? Has. Well, you can say 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, or you can say 6 times 100 gives you 600 cents. Now, let's look at Maya. Maya buys 8 crates of oranges. There are 100 oranges per crate. How many oranges did she buy in all? Well, like I said, there's 2 ways you can do it. You can say 108 times 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, or you can say 8 times 100 gives you 800 oranges. And now finally, the same way with this one, Chris has 9 nickels in his pocket. How much does he have in all? Well, we know a nickel is 5 cents, so you can say 9 times, or you can say 9 times 5 gives you 45 cents. It's totally up to you how you want to get your answer, whichever makes it easy for you. All right, next slide. Comparing 3 digits, okay? Remember, comparing 3 digits, you're using the greater than symbol, less than symbol, or equals to symbol. Okay, now let's compare 625, 564, okay? We got 625 here, 564 here, okay? Let's look at the digits farthest to the left, okay? Is 6 greater than 5? Yes. So we compare it, so it'll be 625 is greater than 564. Remember, the greater symbol, think of the greater symbol is a mouth going towards, and it's hungry. The mouth is hungry, so it's going towards the largest number or the most food. So since 625 is a higher number than 564, the symbol of the mouth, so to speak, will go towards the highest number. Good. Now, Heinz has $784 in the bank. His friend Michael has $809 in the bank. Which friend has the greatest money in the bank? Very simple. Which number is the highest? 809 or 784? 809 is the highest, and Michael has that, so your answer is Michael. Now, up here, the 2 comparisons for 625 and 471, there's 2 ways you can write that. You can say 625 is greater than 564, or 564 is less than 625. Remember, the mouth always goes towards the largest number. So however you write your answer, remember the mouth goes towards the largest number, and that will determine if the number is greater than this number or less than this number. Okay, now let's look at Jaya. Is driving from her house to her friend's house in another city. Route A is 327. Route B is 342. Which route is shorter? Well, let's look at the 2 numbers. Is 327 less than 342? Yes. So route A is shorter. Now let's look at John. John has 593 apple trees in his orchard. His friend Hong has 706 apple trees in his orchard. Write the comparison of the number of apple trees in two orchards. Well, we know that 706 is larger than 593, so your comparison answer should be this. 706 is greater than 593. Remember, the mouth always goes towards the largest number. Now, let's get this one. Is 638 greater than 657? True or false? It's false, because 657 is greater than 38, but the mouth is going to the less value. It needs to be going to the greater value. So technically, this should have read 638 is less than 657. Now, is 450 equals 450? True or false? It is true, because on each side of the equal sign, they're the same. So if both numbers on different sides of a symbol are the same, then they're equal. So, what y'all thinking so far, class? Y'all doing? Are you kind of understanding the gist of what we've learned so far?